in just a few days, I'm going to start helping kids. I still have room for this, but I'm going to be helping kids really spend 3 weeks, 3 days a week, finding their voice. And that's the name of the program, is the Voice Summer Writing Experience. And learning that writing isn't scary, it's not overwhelming, it's not too much, it's just that they don't know how to find the motivation and the skills and the tools to learn how to make writing accessible. Because I know so many students and parents alike see their kids, parents see their kids, students have the feeling that when they get an assignment or an essay, they're just so like, I have no idea what to do. I don't know where to find the ideas. I don't know where to find the inspiration to tackle this assignment. And I can totally relate to that. I remember being a kid, or even in the beginning years of college, and my professors would assign a writing project. And I'd just be like, what now? How do I even untangle this mess of ideas? And maybe I'd have some ideas, but I'm like, where do I even start from? And if you have seen your kid like be like, ugh, and just sit and stare at the computer completely overwhelmed, then I know that spending a few weeks learning that these ideas, writing can actually be fun. It can be like therapeutic and can be a release, and then they can feel so proud of the work that they've done. This will be such a relief for them to not feel like every time they get an essay, it's going to be heartache, frustration, struggle. I've got you. After my experience recently of watching how much frustration there was in the writing process, I just recently wrote a new blog that I put on my website, and I'm going to share it with you now. And it's just kind of about wrapping up the end of the year, because I love the end of the year with kids, but also it's a little bit bittersweet. And so I want to share that with you. So after 23 years as an educator, the end of the year is always one of my favorite times in the classroom. It is bittersweet, and I love it for that reason. I've always believed that the sweetness of life is enhanced by the bite of hard work, sustained effort, and deep investment. This year, however, the bittersweetness feels a little different. For the past 9 months, I have been building a life in a new community in the lovely city of Portland. Oh, I love it here. While I love it here, stepping into these classrooms is a stark contrast to the school where I spent the first 2 decades of my career. Well, more than 2 decades. A place where I taught the younger siblings and sometimes the parents of my students, and where my colleagues were my deepest friends and my greatest sources of inspiration. But being in a new location provides a new curriculum for my brain. I'm experiencing my own bittersweetness of a summer well-earned and hard work endured. However, the personal transition is not the true tale I want to share today. Having observed students over 20 years, maybe 23 years, I have been in this profession long enough to recognize the deeper trends in education. In my experience, trends in the classroom are never isolated. They are reflections of our broader social trends and our collective values. Right now, as a society, we can feel that we are standing on the cusp of massive change. Economic uncertainty, the relentless distraction of social media, and the looming presence of AI dominate our minds. I mean, mine. I don't know about yours. I don't know about teenagers, but mine for sure. I'm not entirely sure how aware our teenagers are of these issues, but I know they are living at the effect of them. Watching students wrestle with big ideas and watching teachers navigate the rapidly shifting landscape, one thing is clear. The future of society, our society being our current students, are caught in the crossfire. On one side, you have teachers desperately fighting to protect academic integrity, trying to ensure that students are actually doing their own thinking in the age of chatbots. And on the other side, students are quietly losing access to the foundational resources. They are navigating overcrowded classrooms with unfair teacher to student or student to teacher ratios and battling a severe lack of special needs services and like a multitude of other scarcity and lack of needs that we used to have the privilege of having in the classroom. And then there's the technology paradox. Because digital distraction and screen time have become such pervasive problems, the educational pendulum has started to swing backward. The research is clear enough. Learning and memory retention and physical handwriting are strongly correlated. So when you handwrite, it actually gets things more deeply set into memory. This is a great skill. I used to teach this, like handwrite it if you want to remember it. After years of screen use, the return to handwriting in the classroom is certainly welcome. But I'm curious, has the pendulum gone too far? Recently, in the 11th grade classroom, at least half of students didn't even know how to format an MLA essay. And this is close to my heart because this used to be one of the main components I would grade on essays at the freshman year. Like, if you didn't have that proper MLA formatting, you were losing massive points. And this is a skill that was usually a standard taught in middle school. Not a fault of these 11th graders. It's not their fault that it wasn't taught to them or that it's not happening. There's just not enough bandwidth for everybody. Okay, but beyond that, the simple act of double spacing a typed document was entirely beyond many of their technical capabilities. So in our rush to pull them away from the screens that protect their cognitive focus, we have inadvertently allowed their basic digital literacy to kind of like atrophy and diminish. So will they need these skills in the future? Is digital literacy dead? I mean, we know that they spend hours and hours and hours on Roblox, but that's not the same as digital literacy. Am I waxing nostalgic for a bittersweet time from my past? I mean, it's possible. I can own that. A time when the struggle to master both technology and foundational learning paid off in future games. Perhaps. But as we navigate this new era of education, we have to find a way to honor the hard work of the past while preparing them for the reality of the future. We don't know what that future looks like, but we have to be prepared for what's on both sides. The sweetness of their and society's success depends on this balance. Okay, thanks for listening to me share this balance and this bittersweetness of this time as we head into summer. And if you need your kids to have an easier time with essay, know how to handle it without feeling overwhelmed, I've got you. Next week, I'm starting a 3-week session to make writing easy and, dare I say, fun. Reply to me if you want help with that. I got you.